Google Home Max Review, $400 Smart Speaker. Google's answer to Amazon's Alexa-enabled Echo was the Google Home, the $120 speaker that's powered by the artificially intelligent Google Assistant. The Home family expanded recently when Google announced third-party manufacturers are building assistant-enabled speakers, but Google itself now has two alternatives to its main offering, the Google Home Mini and the Google Home Max. The latter is a much larger speaker than any of its peers, and there's good reason for that. Not a dumb gold speaker. As the name suggests, the Google Home Max sits at the top tier of the Google Home product line. It's a massive speaker meant to rival Apple's upcoming HomePod, but with Google Assistant integration. It weighs 11.7 pounds, and it's wrapped in acoustically transparent fabric like that on the Mini. It comes in black or white and looks elegant and sleek, but we don't think it will blend seamlessly into your home. It's eye-catching thanks to its size. Unlike its little sisters, the Google Home and Home Mini, this device is heavy and bulky. You'll want to make sure that it's in a secure place in your home, as it might not survive an accidental fault. Setup of the Max is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is plug in the device, download the Google Home app if you haven't already, and follow the setup instructions from there. Like the Mini, you can perform all the same assistant functions such as controlling your smart home. There are currently dozens of smart home devices compatible with the Google Assistant, with more being added each day. Just like the Mini, you can set up voice match so that the Max recognizes your voice and gives you tailored answers to your directives. For example, when you say, "Hey Google, what does traffic look like on my way to work?" it'll recognize your voice and give you your commute details rather than your partner's. With firmware updates to the app, Google continues to add other bells and whistles to its smart speaker. For example, you can make calls, add items to your grocery list, or find out which city hosted the 2004 Summer Olympics. Answer Grease all with a voice command. Big, bold, and all about that bass. Let's be clear, the Max isn't really designed to be a smart speaker with great sound. It's a great speaker that happens to have a smart assistant built in. The Max supports CAAC, LCAAC+, MP3, Vorbis, Wave, FLAC, and Opus audio formats, and you'll find 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi for high-performance streaming, and Bluetooth 4.2. There's an auxiliary port on the rear if you want to connect the Max to a record player. Believe us, you do, and the USB-C port lets you connect an Ethernet cable via the USB-C to Ethernet dongle. There are two 4.5-inch woofers and 0.7-inch tweeters. Google said the Max optimizes sound based on the room it's placed in. The company calls this smart sound, and the Max can hear you across the room even when it's playing. We tried the latter when the Max was blasting music, and it took 2 tries. It didn't hear us the first time, but when we practically shouted "Hey Google" when we were standing near, it picked up the voice trigger, and let us command it. We were skeptical how well the Max would pick up voice commands when you're playing music at louder volumes, but the speaker did respond. Controls of the speaker can be verbal or touch-based. Tap the center to play and pause, and press and hold to activate the assistant or say "Hey Google." You can slide your finger on the side or top of the device to control sound, depending on whether it's sitting upright or laying flat horizontally. How does it sound? Impressively loud, and sound signature is huge on bass. Like, insane amounts of bass. It's even more impressive when you pair one Max with another for stereo audio. You can also pair it with all other Chromecast audio or Google Home products, in case you want to play your music around the house. Even if the sound quality is great, you'll still want to use your preferred music service. Google thankfully has a wide array of support, including Spotify, Google Play Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Apple Music and Tidal streamers, you're out of luck. There's currently no way to have the Google Home Max act as a wireless soundbar for your TV. Google told Digital Trends it's a highly requested feature that the company is looking into, but it will take time to overcome some technical challenges such as syncing the audio and video. You could, however, connect the TV's analog audio outputs to the Max's 3.5mm analog audio input with an adapter cable, though. The downside of the Max could be its price tag. At $400, It's more expensive than the upcoming Apple HomePod, which aims to offer high-quality audio playback and quick access to Siri. Even the recently announced Sony LF-S50G is just $200, and that product builds on the company's heritage and history in the music space. Those are fair smart speaker comparisons, but from a sound quality perspective, the Revia Festival and Sonos Play 5 are much closer in features, sound performance and price.